Frankly speaking, I'm here now. Let's run it. Well, let's go. Happy Tuesday to all of you amazing people out there. I certainly hope your Tuesday has been absolutely wonderful. Welcome to the Frankly Speaking live show. We are here. Well, we've been here Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Central for this is our 8th week together for this particular season. Thank everybody who has watched every week. As y'all know, at the beginning of the show, we like to encourage you to share, encourage you to tag those you want in on the conversation tonight. So let's go ahead and do that now, including those on the panel. Let's go ahead and share. Let's go ahead and tag. Tonight is going to be interesting, to say the least, and amazing as usual, because I have some amazing people with me. I got my crew, I got my folks with me. Go on, say hey to Clee, because I know y'all, the messy people in the comment section gonna have something to say. Go on, say hey to Clee. Of course, Clee is in the building, Asia is in the building, Money is in the building, Dwayne is in the building, and Mo is in the building. Travis could possibly be joining us. He is traveling on tonight. Ray Baby is working tonight. Who else are we missing? Tashiana is at her son's game tonight, and so that's why she's not here. And Tim, I don't know where Tim is. I ain't heard from Tim today. I hope he all right. So yeah, that's the crew. Me, myself, and I. For those of you who don't know, this is your first night possibly tuning in, or your first time watching a replay. I be forgetting to talk to my replay people. Listen, those of you who watching on the replay, this is your first time coming across a Frankly Speaking live. Thank you, first of all, for clicking on the video. I encourage you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the video if you like the content. And stay locked in with your boy, all right? It's been a rainy day here in Memphis, Tennessee. It's been raining all day. And I'm praying to God that we stay connected on tonight, that we don't have any connectivity issues. How many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 of us who are on here are in Memphis. So let's pray we don't have any issues with this good old internet on tonight. Dwayne, I see you. You so funny. Listen, go ahead and tag, go ahead and share.
Hey, if this internet go out, it's gonna become Dwayne Williams Jr. show.
No, it ain't. It's gonna cut off with Frank.
Listen, be nice. Welcome back, Clee. Be nice.
Dwayne.
What's up, bro?
Get the people the house rules.
Let's go. Everyone, number one, do us a favor and go and share right now. We need you to share, okay? We need you to get that share up. I see some of y'all sharing. Shout out to all of y'all who are watching tonight. We don't discriminate here. But number one, when we get into this conversation, we want you to be interactive. Please be interactive. No comment is a dumb comment here, just like no question is a dumb question in school. Number two, I want you to do me a favor. And yes, y'all heard it too. That's because I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. Don't ever mistake it. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Make sure you share with somebody because you care with them. So, and then number three, be nice. All right. Be nice. We know that Clee is Clee, and we love Clee here. But be nice, all right? Be nice. Y'all don't be mean. Be nice.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Let me find out I'm one of the stars of the show or something. Cause you done said my name too many times. I thought this was frankly speaking. Okay.
Listen, welcome to the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, let me tell you just a little bit about myself. I have a website. I have a website called soveryfrank.com. You can go there. It's got all of me on there, all of my things that I do. It has Frankly Speaking, of course, on there, the lives and the radio show. Then, of course, FR3 Ministries. Some of my messages are on there. Frank the Foodie is on there. So everything Frank is on there. So that's soveryfrank.com. Those of you who enjoy the show, you can go to my website and see all of the past shows right there. It'll direct you to my YouTube. Then, of course, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. I am on a radio station here in Memphis, Tennessee, FM 104.1 AM 1240 WAVN The Trend. But you can listen to us from anywhere. All you got to do is go to WAVNTheTrend.com, hit that play button, and you can hear whatever is being played on the radio. And then, of course, I serve the New Salem Church, Memphis, alongside of my grandfather, Dr. Frank Ray Sr., who has been pastoring that church for 50 plus years now. So you can visit us on Sunday mornings at 7 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 11:30 a.m. 30 a.m. But just this month, we just having 7 and 9:30 a.m. So pull up if you're in the Memphis area and you're looking for a church home to be a part of. Listen, y'all, I'm excited about this conversation tonight because I believe that this conversation that we're about to have, especially at the beginning, is something that all of us are going to have to face and all of us are going to have to deal with, because that's the direction that society is headed in. That's the direction that we're really in right now. But in the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to be even more in our faces. And so it's what we're going to have to deal with, whether you're a church goer, whether you're a secular person, whether you're a club goer, whether you're a church goer. All of us are going to have to face this reality that we're getting ready to discuss. So without further ado, we're getting ready to get into the conversation. If you're just coming into the room, please share. Please tag somebody into the conversation. Of course, if you're on Facebook, you can hit that share button. You can tag someone in the comment section. If you're over there on YouTube, you can just hit that share button, copy the link, send it out to somebody, whether it be their phone, a DM, or Facebook Messenger, and tell them to come on in to the conversation. So here we go. Let's rock. First video for the night.
Transphobia in my comment section needs to stop. Yesterday I posted a TikTok responding to this question: what are the red flags you look for in men? And one of them was if he wouldn't date a trans woman. Red flag. And my comment section? You get the idea. I can't put them all because there's too many. Let me break this down. Trans women are women. So if you're heterosexual and you're a man and you said you wouldn't date a trans woman because it's a preference, that's just transphobia, period. The majority of the time, our preferences are rooted in something problematic. It could be trauma, racism, transphobia, the list goes on. If you want to find out what your problematic preferences are, click the link in my bio and watch this video. I am now going to take you all through an example. This person asked why it's transphobic to not want to date a trans woman. Already starting off on the wrong foot by referring to cis women as regular women, then said something about trans women not being able to carry children. If that's your sole reason for dating someone, keep that same energy for all the women who are infertile.
So, yeah. So as you know, this is the reality of where we are in America in particular. That trans people are becoming more and more widely known. They're out the closet. They're amongst us in more numbers than they've ever been before. And so this is something that we're going to have to face. Now, the ladies suggestion is that for the heterosexual men who refuse to date trans women are transphobic. So let's start there. Those of you who are in the comment section, chime in. Y'all can go ahead and chime in on whatever part of the video. It's a lot. It's a lot we gotta dissect here. And so we'll start with the initial conversation piece to this, and that is, do you believe that heterosexual people who refuse to date trans people are transphobic? Let's start there. Whoever wants to dive into it first.
No.
No, I don't. I think she reaching.
Do you need an explanation right now, or you just need to know?
Go ahead. We can go around the room first, and then I come back to you,
Yeah.
Dwayne, with your feeling.
No.
He said no. I'm gonna say yes and no, but I don't think it's nothing wrong with it, if that makes sense. So it might be against what they feel, and it might be a little phobia, but it's nothing wrong to be totally against it. My opinion.
Who didn't answer? Clee, I don't think you answered.
No.
All right. Everybody answer right. Ace, you answered.
Mm-hmm.
Money, you
said no.
answered as well. All right, Dwayne, let's rock.
Man. Whew. Let's walk through this real clear. So I don't agree with the phobia. Because she said something really clear. If it's my preference, then how can I have a phobia if it's my preference, right? Number two, Frank, can we back up to the definition of trans? And that's going to help me establish my case here. The definition of trans is it means someone denoting or relating to a person whose gender identity does not correspond with the sex registered for them at birth, right? So in other words, trans is not what you were originally registered at birth. And so if you were registered as a man at birth and now you become a woman, I think that's any man, any heterosexual man who says, "Hey, I date women, I date 100% women." I think that's their right to say, "Hey, I don't want to date a person who is not." Look at Travis. I think it's their right and their preference to say, "Hey, I don't want to date a person who was not originally born as a woman." And so I'll park right there.
Somebody else want to dive in? Yeah, quiet.
I feel like this is the subject that you got to be super careful with.
You don't want to get canceled, money.
This, I mean, talking about transgenders can be. I hope don't nobody take this the wrong way. Could be equivalent to talking about the Jewish community right now. It's just it's it's got its variables, and you have to be able to walk on eggshells as you talk about it. But my only response to this would be uh, what the definition of a woman is, and if the definition of a woman is um, what you are acknowledged as birth at birth, then I don't think you could fault a man for not wanting to date a transgender woman, because if I'm going by the definition Dwayne just gave out, then respectfully, respectfully, that is a man that has converted to a woman,
Mm-hmm.
or a woman. I gotta be careful with this. It's confusing. It's confusing. So I'm gonna just say he's not transphobic for that. And I'll let Clee have this because I'm gonna get
I
up
ain't
off of
gonna
this
let
one.
me have it. I don't got nothing to say on that. At the end of the
Yeah,
day, I think it's a preference.
the wine okay?
Dwayne, you good?
You all right?
The
Dude,
community has
crazy.
spoken through the laptop.
That's a first. That's
Mm.
a first.
So yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I think it's a preference. I mean, I don't think that makes you transphobic.
Right.
But like Mo said, if it does make you transphobic, then ain't nothing wrong with it. If you're transphobic, you know, it's a lot of people have phobias. Y'all remember when we were little kids in those talk shows where they had those people those different phobias, like people were
Maury.
scared. Yeah, Mari, where it was like scared of the drains and stuff like that. People have all types of phobias, so it's nothing wrong with having a phobia. You know, like Travis said, he'll gladly accept the title of being transphobic. So I mean,
But to have a phobia is to be afraid of something, right? And so I would have been okay with her saying that maybe some people have a preference, but to kind of like say somebody is afraid of something that is not quite in its original form, and you were transformed to something else is kind of it's kind of a weird statement to make. The fact that you're saying to a man who's saying, "Hey, I want a woman. I want a 100% woman, not one that was transformed from a man to a woman." Right? To say that they're transphobia is like you're afraid of this trend. And it's like, no, no, I'm not afraid. I just don't want to do it. Right? That's not my thing. And I think part of my problem, Frank, in society with a lot of this stuff is when somebody don't want to do something or when people don't necessarily particularly subscribe to it, we demonize another side because they don't subscribe to it. We're not saying we hate you. Like let me say this, and I'm gonna get off this horse. Because someone says they don't believe in something, or because someone says I don't agree with something, does not automatically mean hate. It does not mean hate. If I say I don't believe in this, I have a right not to believe in it per my beliefs because everyone else has a right to believe in whatever they believe in. So you can't say I hate you because I don't subscribe to what it is you necessarily are trying to push as your belief.
You know what's interesting about this is the preference factor. Like what say for instance, it's a man who prefers his preference is to not date women who have children. Is that mother phobia? Like
No, no, we laughing. That's real. Come on, Frank. Unpack that. Come on.
like like I just wonder
I don't
how
want to
we
date a
got to
woman.
this.
I don't want to date a woman with big knees. Is that knee phobia? Come on,
Yeah,
like we
I
wilding.
just wonder how we got to this point in society where
We wilding, man.
we are expected to be tolerant of so many things, but what we actually believe, like me being a Christian, certain things I can't subscribe to or back that makes me phobic in different areas of life. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get this perspective. And
Somebody said
then
they got broke man phobia.
let's I really want to dive into the section where she says keep that same energy for women who can't have children.
Right. I was like,
Now
what?
she comparing like a transgender woman to a natural born woman who can't have kids. That's no comparison.
That's
It's
Yeah.
disrespectful.
none. Like,
and
Very
it's
disrespectful.
none, Asia. It was
but in that video,
disrespectful.
it was like she was kind of saying that basically trying to say trans women are women. In other words, drop the trans, but it doesn't. It's like she contradicting herself because she calling them trans women. So in
Yeah,
other words,
exactly.
so because she's trying to say like cis women, like men are saying that they want to have kids, so that's why they don't date trans women, but saying that cis women, some of them can't have kids either. So keep that same energy, but it just didn't make sense because it's like if they are women, then they just women, but they're not. So it's like she contradicting herself. It just none of it makes sense to me.
But that's not even what makes you a woman, just because you can or cannot have kids. That's not a choice that you're a woman regardless.
What's your cash app, agent?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
so
honestly,
I-
when she
Go
said
ahead.
like your preference comes from trauma, like you
What?
have like you can't just have a preference no more. Like it's gotta stem from somewhere. It's gotta be because you don't like something that now you have to disagree with. And it's like, no, that's just I just don't like that. I don't like
Yeah.
okra. It ain't come from a trauma.
I don't like broccoli. It ain't come from no trauma.
It's just not good to my taste buds.
Low key, when you think about it, it kind of does make sense that our preferences come from trauma. Not that particular scenario she's using,
Yeah.
but like I don't eat beans and peas because my mama used to make me sit at the table and eat beans and peas. You know what I'm saying? So like, and you know, and you might not like okra because you had it before and it was too slimy. Like they low key, that's some trauma. You're like, oh, I ain't like that.
I tell you about
makes
10
sense.
things that I don't like that I've never eaten before.
Well,
And they ain't come- and they ain't come
It don't
from-
look
I
right.
got some things like that too. I got some things like that
But
too.
Clee, you're absolutely right. I think that there are some things that come from trauma. Some things, not everything.
So I've never been with a man. I don't desire to be with a man. I don't desire
But
to
you
be
know
with a man.
that's not your preference.
Oh,
But that doesn't come from a trauma. I wasn't with a man and didn't like it, and now I don't want to be with a man. So
I mean, that's always an exception, but I do get like sometimes our preferences do stem from trauma. Not all the time.
yeah,
you
for
know.
sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
And
for sure.
I also think a little bit of it, I kind of agree with her, and not so much the transgender part, but you do have a lot of men straight men, who would, well, I guess they're not straight, men who appear to be straight men, who will be with a transgender person, but they won't just because of what other people will think. So that part, I do agree with her. There are a lot of straight men who will be with transgender women and will be in relationships who probably already have children, who don't want children, but that, they won't admit to that because they don't want to be viewed the same way, their certain way. And it's crazy because before we came on live, I asked y'all, have y'all ever seen what is it called? I just want to think Secret Society.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know what the topic was tonight. I actually just watched that movie a week ago, and it's about two transgender men who become women, supposedly, who date men who are straight. They only aim for straight men. So that's so ironic that we're talking about this. And I asked y'all that like 10 minutes ago, but some men were okay with it once they found out. Some men wanted to kill them. And these were men that we thought were straight. So I don't think it makes you, I guess, transphobic if you don't like something. But let's not switch. But when we say homophobic people, they're not in fear of homosexual people, are they? It's a lot of homophobic people who aren't in fear of homosexuals, right? So is it necessarily you have to have a fear? Is it a fear?
I don't agree. I don't agree with that term. I don't agree that people who simply just won't be with their same sex are homophobic.
No, but you will hear people say you're homophobic all the time. That's thrown around a lot.
Yeah, but it's
thrown around as a fear. It's probably used incorrectly, and like she probably used it incorrectly. You know what I mean? So it's used a lot, but it's used incorrectly. So I think she wasn't really trying to say transphobic. I think she was just trying to say it in a different way, the same way people, throw around homophobic.
You should be her lawyer. I think she meant what she said.
Yeah, I think she meant what she said because
when I answered what I answered, that's kind of how I took it. Not a fear,
because
I got you.
I'm gonna tell you what makes me feel like she meant exactly what she said when she goes into the part of keep that same energy for women who can't have children. So in her mind, she is equating a trans woman to a woman, period. And that's
well, that's going on, like you said, that's going on so often. Just like when you go into Ulta, which is predominantly a woman's store, you'll see men everywhere now. The commercials Because that I feel like certain people in that community feel like they are women. You know,
Well,
and
let me.
I'm not saying that they are, but
I
they
stand on.
feel
I
like they
stand
are.
on this by myself. I stand on this by myself since it's my
Like, you get
show.
my notes 'cause I'm looking
A
crazy.
trans woman is not a woman. It's a woman who's transformed from something that she actually was. I do not feel as though a man who does not desire to date a trans woman is transphobic at all. It's simply his preference. I do not feel like a woman who refuses to date a trans man is transphobic either. It's simply her preference. So I believe we have to get to a point where all preferences are respected. Now, just like it is expected of heterosexual people to be understanding and accepting of what people choose to do with their bodies, whether that's transform or be something else or cross dress. Just like we're expected to accept that, then in the same return, the trans community should also respect heterosexuals people's decision not to be in a relationship, date, or sexual relationship with a person who is trans. My name is Frank Ray III, and I approve this message. This is indeed the Frankly Speaking live show.
I approve it right behind
Anybody
you.
else want to talk to me?
No, listen. You said it all. That's it,
Bro.
I mean,
There was.
that's it.
Go ahead, Dwayne. Go ahead,
Nah, bro.
Dwayne.
Listen, I'm done. Go ahead, Mo.
Bro, that was the
That's it.
best. That was the best way to sum it up without me stepping on my own feet saying it. Because, bro, because like I keep saying, this is it's a subject that you have to be careful with. But I could not agree with you more on every single thing you just said. I really one thing that I dislike is, and I think they should be held accountable when it comes to just that particular group of people, is you have to start. Uh, just because people don't necessarily agree with you, you have to stop with this uh, coming up with different names to try to put people in a box just because they disagree with whatever you have going on. So I agree with everything you just said. Like, hey, if we got respect what you want to do, then just respect us. Don't be coming up with all these new terms and all this other stuff trying to make us seem like we bad people for not agreeing with what you do. So I'm with it. I respect all it.
For sure, for sure. Listen, thank y'all for tuning in. All of those people who are just getting in, listen, thank y'all for rocking with Frankly Speaking Live tonight. Share the conversation, tag somebody into the conversation. We going to the next video.
What is like respectful in a relationship? Like
Trusting the
those
person
guidelines?
and not paying somebody to see if they would cheat.
But it happened.
Not true.
You went on a date with this girl.
It wasn't a date.
She literally told me that you took her out to eat.
No.
Yeah, and you guys hooked up. You can't sit here and deny that.
I am denying because it's not true.
Okay, sure.
She's a client, and after we were working out, we got food, which was across the street.
That's
where
not
we
what
walked.
she told me.
That's what I'm telling you.
She told me you guys had sex.
I'm telling you we didn't.
So are you saying she's lying?
I'm saying she's lying.
Let's find out from her.
Okay.
All right.
Start right there. Let's start right there. I want to keep y'all in suspense. Let's tackle the first part of the video, then we go forward to the rest of the video.
Frank, you coming with the smoke tonight, man? Golly.
Listen, I had time today. I just finished the semester last night. I had time today. I got time on my hands. Let's tackle the first part of the video. The question that I want to ask from the first part of the video is this, and it ain't what y'all think it's gonna be either, which is tickling my spirit already. Is trust in a relationship blind? Meaning, do you watch and trust as a result of what you're watching and seeing? Or do you just trust because they said so? Like, the violation of the video seems to be she paid somebody to follow him around, right? But evidently she had some suspicions. So should trust your loyalty, your confidence in a person. Do you feel the most trusted when a person never questions you? Like, what should trust actually look like in a relationship? Let's start there. Do you think she was in violation if she had a suspicion? that he was cheating, he was messing out with somebody, and she paid somebody to follow him, is she in violation for following up on what she felt? Let's start there first.
Yes. Yes. She in violation. Big violation.
Is she in violation of what? Having somebody follow him?
You're right.
Yeah.
So I thought she paid a girl to seduce him. No, is
Yeah,
that
because
what
I've seen that.
Well,
video.
let's go back. Let me watch one.
What
more
is
time.
like respectful in a relationship? Like
Trusting the
those
person
guidelines.
and not paying somebody to see if they would cheat.
But it happened.
Not true.
You went on a date with this girl.
It wasn't a date.
She literally told me that you took her out to eat.
No.
Yeah, and you guys hooked up. You can't sit here and deny that.
Got it. So let's switch it up a little bit. She felt like he would cheat. She paid somebody to see if he would cheat. He goes out on a date with this girl. Was she wrong?
Yes. She was wrong.
Okay. Why?
Well, I'm gonna say, oh, you said why? Go ahead, Clem.
No, I just, she was wrong. I mean, this is kind of like what we were saying, like what I was saying last week. Like, why invite drama? You know what I'm saying? Unless she already was, had she had to have a reason to be suspicious. Well, I can say she had to. Some women are just insecure, extremely insecure. So it just depends on the backstory. Like, has he cheated before? Is this something that he's done before? Is she trying to see if he really changed or whatever? Either way, to me, if I got to do all of that, like it's not worth it. So I do think she was wrong for hiring somebody to do that. Because if you need to find out that much, 9 times out of 10 women, our intuition already knows. If we got to go to that extreme, then we're just answering our own question. Like, it's like, I already know he cheated. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like she was wrong. It's never good to set people up. You know what I'm saying? Because that could have went so far left. He could have fell in love with that girl and married her. She would have been real mad. Because I know somebody that, invited somebody into their bedroom, trying to do something, and then, he ended up leaving, going off having kids and family with somebody, with the girl she was trying to, please her man with. Like, so she would have been real messed up if he liked that girl and she liked him too. And she done introduced him to his soulmate and his wife. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, she was wrong. It was childish. Yeah,
Who else?
I'm
Mo,
gonna say
you seem like you on the fence.
No. I think she's extremely wrong. And I know this because I've done this before. I have actually done this before. That's why I said it's touchy. Now, I was 20, okay, and it was my high school sweetheart. Yeah, I've learned from experience. And I don't think it was an insecurity, but I definitely would say she's very wrong. I also agree with Clee heavily. That's the easiest way to push a man away, to be honest. So not trust him for one, but to also set him up. I feel like your words should be your bond in a relationship, even if you don't think it's the truth. Like they said in the comments, the truth will always come out. But I think she's extremely wrong. And at the age that I am now, if somebody was to set me up and do that, I wouldn't even be interested anymore, because I think trust is a big part of a relationship. So from experience, it did not go right. So I think that's very immature, and she's definitely wrong.
So let's take the setup factor out. Everybody, let's take that out of our mind. Let's take the fact she set him up out. If she didn't set him up, but she had him followed, is she just as wrong?
Yes.
Everybody agree? Dwayne, you don't agree? Talk to me.
Ooh.
Man, I'm having a hard time with this conversation because I feel a couple ways about it. I don't know if I can absolutely call her wrong. I do question why you did it. So clearly it's probably a trust issue there. And so if that's the case, then you probably should make a decision to either walk away or, you know what I mean? I don't know if I can call her wrong for that. But listen, our jobs do it to us. You know what I mean? Are they wrong for making sure that they say that we are where we are, that we do the work that we do, that we produce what we produce at work? No, because they pay us to produce. And so I think the reality of it is in a relationship, while you're not physically getting money, there are emotions tied to it. And so me personally, I wouldn't have gone that far, but I don't know if I can call it wrong. The word wrong isn't quite in my vocabulary. Maybe, maybe she shouldn't did it, but I can't quite call it wrong.
In the NFL, they have something called random drug tests.
They do.
In the NBA, they have what you call random
They do.
drug tests. On jobs, they have what you call random drug tests,
They do.
where you are entrusted to have integrity, entrusted to live a certain way that you may be able to do your job efficiently and effectively and be a great representation of their company. Do you believe that companies, people you work for, are wrong for having random drug tests because they don't trust you, that you don't have enough sense to not do the type of drugs you shouldn't do while you're working that job? Do you think it's a violation of privacy for that?
I'm gonna say no, because most of the time when you get a job, you kind of know that they do random drug tests, and I feel like that's also a job. That's not something that your partner, you know what I mean? That's a job, and most jobs do that. I don't think that's an invading privacy. Now, if you worked in a vehicle, a company vehicle, and they install a private camera that you're unaware of, I think that's wrong. But as far as a drug test and just random, that's kind of something that you expect having a real job.
Hey Mo,
Yeah.
but when sex is to play in this, right? And with so many things on the horizon with sex, is a person, because for me it's not just about the woman, it's about the man too, right?
Mhm.
Is that person wrong for possibly seeking that truth, especially if you guys are sexually active?
The only part that I don't disagree with the checking on my man part. It's the part of sending someone else to do it for me.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
So
That's the thing.
that's where I agree with you. That's where
Yeah,
I
like
disagree.
it's not the
Right,
pulling up
right,
trying to see where you at. I mean,
Right.
because if you gonna do it, you don't have to let them know you're doing it.
right,
Not like
right.
a stopper. But my
Right.
biggest thing is like having someone else to do it, because when you do that, now you're entering somebody else into the chat. You're entering somebody else into your relationship.
I agree
So I
with
feel
you.
like that's the part that I really don't agree with, of sending somebody else
That's
to
the
do
part
it
that I
for
agree.
me.
Right. That's the part that I disagree with. Right.
Bro, do you know how bad she had to want to know this information? Like, dog, she
Real
How
like
bad.
look.
bad money?
I'm
How
telling you,
bad money?
dog bad enough to pay for it. You see what I'm saying? Like,
And
bro,
then
like
do all of that
But
just to stay.
But
I'm
she
gonna
already
be,
knew the answer. If you gotta ask, you know the answer.
yeah,
She
like
already
I'm,
knew.
Wait before we go. All right, let's watch the rest of the video.
yeah.
What is like respectful in a relationship? Like
Trusting the
those
person and
guidelines?
not paying somebody to see if they would cheat.
But it happened.
Not true.
You went on a date with this girl.
It wasn't a date.
She literally told me that you took her out to eat.
No.
Yeah, and you guys hooked up. You can't sit here and deny that.
I am denying because it's not true.
Okay, sure.
She's a client, and after we were working out, we got food, which was across the street.
That's
where
not
we
what she
walked.
told me.
That's what I'm telling you.
She told me you guys had sex.
I'm telling you we didn't.
So are you saying she's lying?
I'm saying she's lying.
Let's find out from her.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my God.
Paula, can you tell him what you told me?
So I pretty much told her that you took me to this really fancy restaurant, and afterwards we went back to my place and hooked up.
And that he came onto you in the car and you guys are kissing.
Yes.
Yeah, see?
Why would you sit here and lie?
I lied because
So you weren't telling the
Wait.
truth?
I didn't think that she deserved you, so I lied.
Oh my
Kind sister,
God.
and clearly she doesn't value the faithful, amazing man that you are. I thought, maybe I have a chance because...
So you thought you had a chance with him, so you're trying to home wreck us so that you can be with him?
Wow.
Frank, hold the phone. God Turn it, Billie Jean. Look at money. Money like my point was proven. My point was
That
proven.
don't always happen though.
Black men don't cheat.
I know this. I know this stuff, bro.
Frank, tonight I backed down. Y'all
So,
won that battle.
So I purposely cut it off at the beginning because I knew we was gonna go in the direction of a woman's intuition is normally right. If you have to ask the question, then you already know.
Wow.
So
The
it would
second part
look,
is not the
it
norm.
would
The
look
norm is that
like
he
at the
cheated.
beginning
Wow.
that she would have just knew. She knew she was right.
Wow.
But at
That
the
was
end of the day,
what they call it,
Wow.
a monkey wrench. That second part
Hey man,
Money, I can't stand you, money.
but what gets
Bro.
me is
Oh
she
my
then
God.
turns around and says, "So you trying to home wreck us?"
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
That's why I said the whole
Yeah.
thing was just stupid and immature. Like that, none of that even made sense. And as far as a woman's intuition, like that's just that particular situation. I would need to know the reason and why she wanted to figure out if he was going to cheat. Like, had he cheated before? Did she go through his phone? Like, and that's what I meant by it. Because I've seen that video before. I already knew what was going to happen before you showed it. I've
We
seen
know
it.
sometimes as women, we feel like, I'm just speaking as a whole,
Mhm.
when things are going so good, we sometimes think it's just too good to be true. And I know that's foolishly thinking, but like some women think that like it has to be something flawed about you, and that comes back from the trauma, dealing with past situations or whatever. They just feel like sometimes it's too good to be true. And she was definitely wrong, and she definitely got what she asked for to a certain extent.
Like I said, she'd be real hurt if he go be with the girl and like the girl. But I don't know. I just think the whole if you who goes to that extent, who like you have to really like drama to go digging for stuff.
Can
Because
I?
They
Can I?
got a
I'm
whole
happy.
show called Cheaters. So
But I'm
somebody
just
doing it.
saying that, I mean, if you already have an inkling of a thought, like 9 times out of 10, you don't start there just off of oh, what if he cheating on me? No, you have some type of clue, hint, he's changed up his routine, something. Like I feel like if I'm happy in my relationship and things are going good, like why even invite that negativity and that mess into the relationship by hiring spies and all of that stuff?
Girl, women do it all the time.
I guess I'm just not like that.
Women
No,
done
women
it,
do
done
it.
it
I see
prior
it
to
all
this
the time.
moment. Women have done it.
They do it all the time.
I
It
want
could
to
be
do
an
my best
insecurity.
Tim impersonation.
Go ahead.
So
fam.
look, if I could be Tim, shout out to Tim wherever you at. I could hear Tim right now saying, "You know what? I'm gonna tell you what this is. We the victims, bro. You get what I'm saying? This is what this show. Shout out to Tim. Tim is the man. If you look at this dog, this is just proving Tim's point and Ray, baby. We are the victims. Men are the victims. We the victims. This is what we deal with. This is what we deal with, dog. Because now, look, he's in a relationship with a woman, and instead of it being, because here we go throwing, you know what I'm saying, me going another direction with it. Instead of it being, okay, he did this, or she seeing different signs in him. She must have been feeling this particular way. Why it can't just be the fact that she knows she losing him because she doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? And now he just looking at it like, man, you know what, bro? Like, I'm not arguing with you. I'm gonna go spend time at the gym. I'm gonna go do other things. And now you know that your relationship on the line and you about to lose a good man. So you go do something like this. And then now she realized what kind of man you got. She been following him around for 72 hours.
Money.
And he
It's too
keep,
many. It's too many possibilities here. I love the scene you set.
yeah, you get what I'm saying, bro? Like,
But there's too many possibilities here because we don't know why she started it. I'm
Well,
just gonna
listen,
agree
I was
with you
gonna
here.
say this. Did
Men
we
are
just
the
just
victims.
over-
Men are the
I'm
victims,
just-
money.
I'm
I'm gonna
just-
just agree
I'm-
with you right there. Men are the victims.
Yeah, I'm just
Really
over the
simple.
fact. I'm just over the fact that it's his fault. This man sitting there the whole time, like,
Yeah.
Well, hold
real?
on, but wait,
You
let's
high?
shake the
April said-
table. Let's shake the
April
table a
said
little
not.
bit. He did say that this was a client and they did go to eat.
Yeah.
So I don't know too many men in committed relationships that go out to eat with their clients. So
Mo, this
maybe
another-
that's what created the insecurity.
You
Mo, I
read my
agree with
mind,
you.
Mo, because I was just my next question was going to be
Come on, Frank.
for everybody, Because Asia, I really want to know your answer on this. Was there any dishonesty on his behalf at all? Because the question becomes, why did he go on the date with this woman? Why did he
A
go to
client.
lunch with her, with the
Yeah.
client? Is that okay? Is that all right?
He
Is
was
that all
trying to
right?
close the deal.
Close the
Right
deal.
money.
He was trying to close the deal,
Guys
man. He
got
do real
money.
estate. He do real estate, man. He was trying to close the
I thought
deal.
he was
He's
a
a
gym
personal,
trainer.
yeah, he's
The
a personal trainer, and they went to go eat their protein meal after they worked out.
Right. I think that might have created the insecurity. And so she probably was like, hey, you're a client of my boyfriend. I want to see if he would go further with you. So could you do this for me? Which was
Oh no,
immature, but I think that's kind of how they.
but
But that
but
could be
y'all,
where the insecurity comes
but y'all,
from. If
we
he's a
can't
trainer,
have y'all. We can't be responsible adults in 2023. Like maybe
It
I'm
ain't. It's
I,
2022 still,
Mo,
Dwayne.
I'm well 2022. I'm ahead a couple weeks. Frank, and please hear me. I'm just being what do you call, like a big thinker. Like why is it that it had to be something because they went and got something to eat? Like maybe it was just really strictly platonic, right? I'm a bit like sketchy in the area because I feel like sometimes with this relationship stuff, we roll into a level of ownership as people still don't have individuality, right? And what I am saying, Mo, is I agree with, like, in a space of a relationship, you should be respectful. If a person is saying, hey, this makes them uncomfortable, whatever the case may be, okay, you could try your best. But let's also be honest, man. A lot of times individuals get in relationships and individuals do not know self. And because they don't know self, they bring that unknowingness to a space, and we create spaces that don't need to be created. And it's the same question he asked her in the beginning of the video. He said, what about trust? So even if I did walk across the street to just grab a protein shake, because we don't know what kind of meal they had. Now, since she lied, right? They could have just went across the street like, yo, let's get a quick protein shake or whatever. You did a great job. I don't want to think that because they walked across the street to get a protein shake, it became inappropriate, or two grown people can't do that because people don't know how to like keep it platonic, if that makes sense.
Well, he very much so said we only went to lunch. So it wasn't a going across the street to get a shake.
I mean, in the moment
But
he's
so he
arguing with her,
also,
so you know.
but
But
he
lunch
also
could be-
thought it was okay in their relationship to go, because he wouldn't have said it if he thought I was gonna get in trouble
Right.
for going across the street. He like that was okay. It was platonic. It wasn't like I'm trying to date the girl. She's my client. We worked out. We went to go eat. Like he thought it was okay.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, do we not have enough trust to believe in the person that we're with? Or are we gonna always make platonic situations a out a landress
That they're
because
cheating.
yeah, are we
That
gonna
they're cheating.
always make it like this because we ourselves, because I'm telling you, like, this kind of stuff don't affect me, and I ain't talking big, I'm talking truth. Like, I'm not affected by that if that happened, because we all just said it 10 minutes ago. If the truth is the truth, it's gonna come out regardless.
Yeah.
The
As long
one,
as you're aware, you're okay with it, right?
the one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
Okay.
not like you hiding it. As long as you're
Yeah,
not hiding it.
as long as you're not
Right.
hiding it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Another perspective to this too. All right, so I just showed y'all the chart. Everybody should be familiar with it. So that's basically implying don't do this type of stuff, man. Like because if you're trying to find out something, I promise to God, like more than likely you're gonna find it out. And this the other part too. This where I want to keep an open minded. Why didn't she hire somebody that
Ooh, Travis is right. Travis is right. Travis is right. I didn't even want to go there, Travis, but I'm
bro?
getting ready to
This
go there.
look,
Go ahead, man.
Travis, what you just put in there exactly where I was going with this.
That's
Why
right.
didn't you hire somebody that, like, bro? You hire her. It looked like that. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying we do
she
this.
hired what he liked.
No.
Like, bro,
She know
Money,
she
but
knew he
money,
wasn't
you
gonna cheat with Big Travis.
dancing. Money, you dancing. Say what it is. If he went
She
across the
already
street
knew.
with an
Shouldn't-
ugly duckling or what we
it wouldn't have
consider
been
to
nothing
be
said.
ugly, it wouldn't have been not
Bro,
one
if she
goddamn
check
problem.
this out. If she would have, now look, I don't want to get into this whole body shaming thing, so don't y'all go crazy in the comments. I'm finna say this though, for real. Hey, no, respectfully, again, if she hired Lizzo to be in there, and Lizzo wanted to lose some weight, personal trainer, right? Hey, bro, I can guarantee you we wouldn't be having this conversation. You see
At
what I'm saying?
all.
But
You
that don't mean
like look, check
Lizzo
this out,
rich.
Clee. If I'm with you,
Lizzo rich though. He
look,
might go.
man, forget all that. Look, check this out, Clee. If I'm with you, right? If I'm with you, why would I hire a private investigator or somebody to find out if you cheating and he Chris Brown? He Idris Elba. Why would I do it? I know, like,
Exactly.
come
You
on,
know
bro.
what I like?
This is dumb. Like,
The
why
set-
would you
the
play with
setup-
fire?
The
and
setup would
fire
not.
hot?
It would be a loss of funds and a loss of money. The setup would be purposeless if
It's
you
true.
don't get a bad chick to come and try to seduce your nigga. I mean, she had to be bad.
Man,
It would
that's
have
so
been
dumb.
pointless if the girl went bad because she know what he liked.
That's so
You know?
I
dumb.
mean, the problem is, man,
Michelle
it wouldn't have
Obama
been
would
that.
hire
It wouldn't have been that. It wouldn't have been that.
a vixen to try to seduce Obama? No.
No.
Like, why would you do? Why would you do that, bro? Because now, Michelle, you're gonna
She
make a fool
probably
of yourself.
would. Michelle Obama probably would seduce a vixen. She would probably go get like a nice lawyer lady because she know what her man like.
Man, don't
She was
do
a
this.
cute girl. That girl in the video was very pretty,
She was.
and so was the other girl.
That's
So
the problem. That's the
you
problem.
know,
If you
I mean,
went across the
I'm
street,
just saying
Stop
why.
doing it.
I'm just saying why she picked that.
if she went across the street with someone that she wasn't necessarily physically threatened by, it would not have been all of that.
But see, now it makes sense though, because if he's a personal trainer, then that's probably the reason why she's probably a little insecure. I know male trainers who train lots of women, and they typically do have that little crazy little girlfriend on, they be acting crazy and looking at the clients crazy.
male masseuses too.
That could have been where the insecurity has come from. And like you said, like I think Dwayne said, it's so many things that we could say the reason why and why this was brought up, but it's probably, unless he eats lunch with all his clients, then, and it was apparently was her first time coming. So it could have been like a trial or something like this. So let me feed her, get her lunch. So like Money said, to seal the deal, you know what I'm saying? Hire me as your trainer. I done bought you a chicken salad from across the street.
It's a chicken salad.
I'm more, hey Frank, I'm more impressed with another comment that was said by the lady, by the girl they brought in. And I thought about this for a second, because she said, I did it because you didn't deserve him. And that joint got me thinking, because I'm like, maybe Shorty just been bugging on some other stuff, and she been privy to her zapping out moments.
She said you didn't deserve him if you would hire me to go and do that.
Is that what she said? I thought she said you didn't. I didn't hear that.
Not like it's ongoing. It's like if you would hire somebody to go seduce your man, then you don't deserve him.
All right, cool. I'm sorry. I heard that wrong. Okay.
We are coming around the corner. It's 9:59. We're not gonna hold y'all all night tonight. But first, before the conversation gets any juicier, I need everybody to share. If you have not shared yet, I need you to share. I need you to tag somebody in the comment section. Tell them to come on into the room. We about to turn this corner. I'm telling y'all don't want to miss the last half of the show. So if you haven't tagged anybody yet, please tag, please share. If you are enjoying and rocking with the conversation, shout out to all of the people who are in the comment section. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for being interactive. Thank y'all for rocking with Frankly Speaking Live. Tashiana, we miss you tonight. Trap, we miss you tonight. Tim texted me, say he's still at church working on Christmas stuff. I understand. I see all of y'all in the comment section. Let's keep doing it. If you're over there on YouTube, I need everybody to like the video. I need everybody to like the video if you're over there on YouTube. And for those of you who always watch on Facebook, do me a favor. Let me turn this down so you can hear me good. Next week will be episode 50. That's a milestone episode for most people. And so we're going to celebrate it as such. So I'm thinking about it. What I'm going to do next week with all of us, because I'm a bootleg DJ on the side. So I want next week to be real party filled. Y'all know I love music. So next week I'm thinking about doing the show on YouTube only next week. On YouTube only next week, because on YouTube they don't cut off the live if you play music. And so we might do YouTube only next week so we can jam and rock together for episode 50. All right, and that'll be our last one for the season. Make sure you check out my Derek videos on Instagram and Facebook. Check out my Derek videos. I'm sure you will indeed enjoy them. All right, thank y'all for sharing, thank y'all for tagging. I see y'all, appreciate y'all so much. Let's watch this last video for the night, man.
Kendra G, so my husband's best friend is cheating on his wife. It's been sickening for me to watch. He has had the nerve to bring that hoe by our home on at least 2 occasions. The thing is, I have a relationship with his wife, and his wife has no idea. My husband told me that I have to mind my business and that it's none of my business to get into the middle of their business. Therefore, I cannot tell her. I told him he cannot bring that hoe to our home anymore. He agreed, but he still said I can't say anything. I will be with her celebrating her birthday this weekend. Do I respect my husband's wishes or do I blow the whistle?
All right. Multi-layered video. Multi-layered video. She states that this young lady has witnessed her husband's best friend cheating on his wife. Evidently, the relationship between those two, which is the wife and the best friend's wife, initiated through the husband's. So that's how their relationship came about. So that's the first layer. They are friends because of the husbands. Okay. The husbands are best friends. The husband, best friend, brought the side joint to the house for the wife to see. And because she is friends or heavy associates with the best friend's wife through the husband, she is conflicted because she met her through the husband's, but now she's friend with her, and so she feels somewhat obligated to say something to her friend now. But the husband saying, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. So, ladies, let's start at the end of this. At the end of it, who should your loyalty be to in this situation? Do you feel that you should say something to the best friend's wife, despite your husband not saying anything? Or do you feel like you should do as your husband acts and not say anything? I'm gonna let the ladies chime in on this first.
Mind your business, girl.
Yeah, I'm listening to my husband.
Mind your business.
I'm listening to my husband, but look, but I'm gonna check my husband. Cause
why you letting her come around?
Why you let her come over here? Like, even if you know your friend doing that and you condoning it, as if my husband, you should have sense enough to know now I'm gonna be looking at you upside your head. So you don't even want peace in our home. Because most men who don't want their wife on their neck or on their head, he'll tell his homeboy, hey, you can't bring her over there, and you will have my wife looking at me crazy. So I'm checking my husband all the way around. Why you let him come over here with that girl, knowing that I've built a relationship with his wife? So now you don't put me in some stuff. So you don't care about me because you don't put me in a hard space. And you disrespected me by allowing her to be here and allowing her to visit. And you don't care about, you must care about our dynamic, because now I'm gonna be like, oh, you can't go with Ricky because he got a side chick. No, you can't go out with Ricky tonight. Now it's problems in our relationship. So I'm checking my husband. I'm gonna listen to my husband, but I'm definitely gonna check him. And now Ricky can't come back no more either, or his side chick. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that.
Mo?
It's such a sticky situation. I'm with Asia. If we're friends, like what I would consider like me and Clee, I'm not gonna lie, like I will initially like listen to my husband because at the end of the day, that's my space. But I will check the guy and I will like move differently in my relationships. Like Clee, I just wouldn't be able to be as close to you because at the end of the day, this is my husband and that's his best friend. You know, because I'm gonna see him regardless. So I feel like it is disrespect to a certain extent, not completely. And I wouldn't treat my husband a certain way because he's hanging with somebody who's cheating. Because I mean, that goes back to the trust. I can't expect him to move like his friend just because of the friend situation. I'm gonna say for the most part, I'm gonna stay in my place and I ain't in it. But I also agree with Tashawn in the comments. I would have to move differently in their relationship because at this point, I'm choosing my husband over the friendship. I mean, that's just me. But I wouldn't go to the birthday dinner. I would come over with something. I'd be like, look, we just, we in different places. I can't hang with you like that. But for the most part, I'm just gonna stay in my lane because I seen somebody else say in the comments that you can tell her all day. Honestly, Tashawn, Clee, you was talking about the relationship changing. It's gonna change if you tell her. If you tell her husband,
but I'm agreeing. Like I wouldn't say anything.
No. You were saying like he's putting you in a situation with the woman. But if you could tell the woman, it's almost for certain that she gonna stop hanging with you and still stay with her husband. She gonna look at you and your husband a different way instead of looking at her husband a different way. And it's so crazy if that's how it works. She might mess around and blame you and your husband for the situation. You never know.
Exactly. And I'm agreeing. But that's the reason why my husband should just leave me in the dark too. I don't need to know. That's between you and your best friend. If you know he got a side chick,
I want to know all the tea.
No, if you know he, especially if you know I'm cool with the wife. Now, if I ain't cool with the wife, and okay, maybe not. But if you know me, if two best friends and they wives and became friends now, at that point, those two best friends, because they have loyalty to their wives and then to each other. So at that point, those two homeboys, you my best friend. Hey, I ain't gonna say nothing, but don't bring it to my door. And we can talk about it, we can text about it. You know what I'm saying? But
so let me ask you a question. Let me throw a twist in there. If your husband, who was your best friend, okay, if he tells you, hey, so-and-so got a whole side piece, but he never brings that side piece around you, are you still gonna tell the friend?
If my husband tells me,
and she don't ever come to your house, but he still tells you that so-and-so got a whole side piece, they dating, they juicing, all that, are you gonna tell her then?
Probably not.
So what's the difference?
But this is what I'm saying. I said from the jump, I'm not telling. I'm not telling her or anything like that. My issue is my husband, keep it between you and your friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even involve me in it. Like, I don't need to know. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course we pillow talk with our significant others and stuff like that and tell our friends business. We know people do that. But certain things we do keep that within our friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain things I ain't gonna tell my dude. Especially when you got friends intertwined and couples hanging and stuff like that. At that point, then that's when your loyalty comes into effect. You're loyal. He's supposed to be loyal to his friend. And just not, because that's not going to affect our relationship. So him keeping that away from me doesn't matter. I don't need to know your friend got a side chick and I'm friends with his wife. Don't even tell me, baby. Your loyalty to your friend, because at the end of the day, is in friendships, he needs to be quiet, because I could just decide I'm going to tell the girl anyway. And then now I done caused a whole big problem. So the friend, really the dude who cheating just don't need to cheat alone. That's what's wrong with me and now. Now they talk too much.
Yeah, I agree with you too about
you ain't even supposed to tell your friend you got the side chick.
Well, I think he can tell him. I just think he's too bold to bring him to the house, especially when you have a wife. I do agree with that too.
That's bold.
That's real bold.
Real bold.
Hey, so did you answer? Did you answer? You said.
I said mind your business.
So, what, fellas? What? You got a friend. You got a best friend. who's a cheater. First question to you fellas is, are you allowing him to bring his side piece to your house when you yourself is married and you know that they are cool? Would you allow that to happen? Would you put yourself in that position, or do you think uh, that's my brother, that's Bun? It is what it is.
My hell no. It's goofy. It's goofy, bro. You if you doing your thing, bro, then that's cool. I'll keep your secrets out. I ain't gonna say nothing, but I'm big on just who I let in my house anyway. So if you know what I mean, like, nah, bro. I'm not finna have you over here. It ain't even got nothing to do with the questions that's gonna come with me and my girl. It ain't got nothing to do with it. It's just the fact I don't want over here, bro. Like I ain't. It's just kind of dead on it. But that's to me, that's goofy, man. That's super goofy.
I got one answer, Frank, and this is my final answer to this, and I have no explanation. Ready, Frank? Ain't no way, but ain't no way. Ain't no way, but ain't no way. What? No, get out of here, dog.
I it's interesting. I do want the ladies to answer from the opposite end of the spectrum. If you if you as a female, you as a female have a best friend, female best friend, who is cheating on her husband. You and the husband are cool. That's your brother, because that's what we do. That's your brother now because of his relationship with your best friend. But your best friend is cheating.
That ain't the same thing. That's a little switched up a little bit. I'm friends with the
Was
husband.
was no, no. Your best friend, the female,
Okay.
you're also
You know
friends
her
with the
husband.
husband. Yeah,
Okay.
with her husband. Yeah, you're also friends with her husband because all y'all hang out together. All y'all cool. All y'all always going on double dates, etc., etc.
We ain't telling.
Are y'all saying something?
I
No.
mean, from the jump, I said I wasn't telling. No, I'm still not telling. No.
They're gonna be
However,
like, girl, was it good?
I'm still not telling. No, because I have been in a situation like this where my friend was cheating, and if it depends on the situation. Like in this, I'm like you know that's wrong. You should probably stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest and tell my friend. Now, if you in a toxic relationship and he, you know what I'm saying, and I know y'all been having problems back and forth, of course I'm not going to tell. But you can't bring your side dude over to me and my man house, and you married. Like that guy can't come around. I don't need to know who he is. I'm gonna keep, like Money said, I'm gonna keep your secret, but he can't come over here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll keep your secret, but he can't come here. No.
These
Asia, what
folks
you doing?
comments just
I'm not. My motto is mind your
wrong with the
business.
comments, man?
That's everything. Mind your business.
Is it thumbs
So
down?
no
my
thumbs up
question,
to Asia, thumbs down to the
I,
comments.
I guess my question centers around enablement. Enablement. Are we allowing it in our space as well?
No, you can't bring your side dude over to my house either. Vice versa. But we can't enable grown people. They grown. They
Yeah.
make their own decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't want to be a part.
Don't
Yeah, I
put me in
want
a part
no
of it.
part.
I don't
Yeah,
want no
Nope.
I know.
Nope.
I would definitely. Well, me being a married woman myself, I would kind of be like, well, what's making you do that? You know, I always preach to my friends, like, ain't nothing out here. Like, if you find somebody that you're willing to work and put the time in, always do that. But I'm with Asia. I pretty much stay in my business. I stay in my lane. I really don't put too many people in my business neither. So I'm a real advocate for that. Because just going back to the whole best friend with the dating thing, you would think that person your friend and you think y'all built a good relationship, but as soon as her husband tell her to stop hanging with you, she'll cut you off quick for her husband. So I say just stand by your husband, because I know I've stuck by women's side who in this situation with me being married and they disappeared in the air. So it was no loyalty. So I'm sticking by my husband at the end of the day.
I just
don't
agree
want to be in
with
this.
your husband.
I don't
But
want
don't
to be in
bring
it.
I don't want no parts. I want to
What
be what they say, what is it? Ignorance is bliss. As long as I don't know, baby, I ain't got nothing. I don't need it. Don't bring it to my door. I don't want to know. No,
Boy,
don't
ain't no
do
way,
it.
boy.
I'm going to the birthday dinner. I'm gonna chop it up
Boy,
with her, and I ain't got nothing to do with
Okay.
it.
boy,
They
ain't
be
no
like,
way,
did you
boy.
know such and such a cheating? Huh? Didn't have a
Ooh,
clue.
God didn't even know.
Because they
Did-
gonna blame it on you. It's your fault
Right.
you didn't tell them.
Yep.
And go
That's
right home
goofy,
to her
bro.
husband and post on social media.
Money
That's the
is that
part.
That's
That's
what
it right
money.
there, bro.
money.
Because they staying
Goofy.
at home. They going
It's
home.
it's goofy,
It's
man. That
goofy.
whole
Like,
I don't,
situation
I
goofy,
don't want to be a
bro.
part of that.
Like,
Ain't going
man,
nowhere.
come on,
Yeah.
bro. Like you gonna bring her to my house, bro. What?
with my wife here. Come on now.
And I feel like, first of all, Frank,
Bro,
shout
you
out
the
to
police.
hey, Frank. First of
Right.
all, that Kendra G, man, she dope. She be having some it be some crazy questions coming to her. But I'm
Yeah.
interested to know, like, because when she asked the question, I'm interested to know, did the husband give the green light for for him to bring her over, or was this like we was just in the neighborhood
Just
and
random. Yeah.
just random? Because if it's random, I'm definitely going outside before he get to the door.
But I know somebody that's
Like,
happy
no,
I
no,
know somebody that's
no,
happy too.
don't knock on my door. Get out of here. Get out of here. Now, if I invited her over there, if I invited them over there, now I'm scratching my head at the dude, like, dog, you invited them over there? Like, huh? Like, what?
We want to give him the benefit of doubt.
I'm gonna
We
give them the
want to
benefit
say
of the
that
doubt and say they popped
That
up.
they just popped
they
up.
They just
yeah,
I'm
because he
yeah.
probably was in the car like I want you to meet my friend, or I take
Yeah,
you
and
over
guess
my
what?
friend
And
house.
if
I
if
ain't,
he
you know what
He
I'm
popped
love
up,
that
saying? He
girl. He
probably
love that side chick.
listen, if he popped up,
I want you to know that friend.
I'm going outside with vengeance.
Well, Frank, how do you feel about if they're just in a relationship? Let's take marriage away. How do y'all feel about it with them just being in a relationship?
What you mean? Like they
Like
just
you have
they're
a
not married.
girlfriend and you bring your side piece over.
I mean, you single until you sing. I mean, you single until you married.
Man, it's goofy. That
I don't
shit
agree with
goofy,
that. I
bro.
don't
It's
agree
what
with
it
that.
is. The same
Frank,
thing.
I'm just
That
joking,
shit
Frank.
goofy, bro.
I'm
Ain't no
joking.
way.
I'm joking. Ain't no way, Mike.
Yeah,
Ain't no way.
It's still the
if
same
your friend,
principle.
yeah, I feel like if your friend is because let's, I mean, people not getting married at the same rate they were back then, so
No.
it's more common to have friends around you who are in serious relationships more so than married. For most of us, got friends that are
Yeah.
just in serious relationships rather than being married. So I think it's the same principle. I think it's the same principle.
It's the same principle, Frank, but it's just not that serious, right?
Yeah,
It's a
that's how I'm
little
gonna say.
I
different.
was gonna say because
Right.
I have met
Yeah.
so many side
Yeah.
pieces.
Shut up. Will you shut up on here? We don't no, Frank,
It's a little different. It's a little
yeah,
different with
it's just a
girlfriend,
little
boyfriend.
it's a,
I
yeah, it's a little
mean, like,
different. It's a little different.
Not Mo out here dry snitching.
Dry snitching. I mean, she dry.
I didn't say in this relationship.
I just met mute the mic.
Goofy.
Frank, no, Frank, I agree. It is the same
I agree,
principle.
Travis.
It is the same principle, but it's just a little different because it's the serious commitment is not there. Right? I know you're committed to a person in a relationship. When I say serious committed, hold on, Frank. I know I see you
Cause,
changing your eyes. I'm
Cause I'm
talking
trying to
about
see what you mean.
because
Like,
I feel like marriage is the ultimate commitment, right? A girlfriend and boyfriend to me, I get we are committed in that situation, but it has the potential to not go anywhere. Most of the time when people get married, it is the ultimate, most serious, biggest commitment because you're saying, hey, this is where I want to be. A boyfriend and girlfriend, like no joke, like that joint can end in 6 months. I mean, it can end in
Oh,
3 weeks. It can end, you know what I'm saying? But once I got to the point where I wanted to make you my wife, that's a whole nother level. And I think sometimes in society we try to put girlfriend and boyfriend on the same level as husband and wife, and it's not. Unfortunately, it's not. And I get it because people like, oh, be committed to me, right? And I get it, and I'm not mad at that, but it's not the same thing, unfortunately. And
I
so
I'm trying
agree.
to
Dwayne,
make
so
yeah.
well, okay, let me. So basically, you are subscribing to the reality. Well, not the reality, but you are on the side of the opinion, and it is your perspective that
Yes, sir.
any, anything goes when you a girlfriend and boyfriend.
I didn't say anything goes. I said it's just not as serious. I like how you
But
tried to. I like how you
but
tried to throw that in there.
what what
Frank.
is
You
the
know I'm a word
boundary?
guy.
What is the
No.
boundary
So
then,
let me.
Dwayne?
So
If
then let
we
me say
give
like
our
this.
word, let me ask you this: if you
Go,
give
yes,
your
sir.
word to a young lady as a man
Mhm.
that y'all are exclusive,
Yes, sir.
that y'all are in a committed relationship,
Yes,
so
sir.
then are we saying because you're not married, then your word of commitment is less because you don't have the paper that you're married, then that gives you an out as a committed boyfriend.
No, I don't. I'm not saying it gives you an out because I think the principle of being honorable. Because what we're talking about when we talked about this situation, most of us said no because it wasn't honorable. We didn't say no because of a title, right? We said no
This why
because
I'm
it
asking
wasn't.
this too, Dwayne, because
Yeah.
this is what I'm seeing in the comment section.
No, I got you. I know why you was asking
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I seen it too. Because Travis asked who hurt me. No, what I'm saying is I think there is a difference, right? I'm not saying be less committed. I'm saying that there is a slight difference in girlfriend and boyfriend and husband and wife, right? And what I don't like that society does, and I'm not trying to be funny in saying this, nor am I trying to hurt anybody's feelings, right? But when it comes time to marry, when it comes time to bury a person that you love, nobody is saying, "Hey, boyfriend so and so on the on the obituary." Now, some families do, but
It's
that's a
called
rare
special
shit.
friend. It's
Yeah,
called
special
special
friend,
friend,
special
Dwayne.
friend. But they say that
They
they,
do be
yeah,
in the
some
Yeah,
obituary.
they
some
be in the business.
sometimes, Frank, but not all the time. There is an obligation to put a husband and a wife name in there because that was that person's husband and wife. There's no obligation to put a special friend in the obituary because we don't really reverence we reverence the commitment, but we don't really reverence all of the title because it doesn't hold any weight in our natural society, right? So I'm not saying don't be committed. I'm not saying don't be honorable to your commitment. What I'm saying is there is a difference. That's it, and it's not much, but there is a difference, man,
I
and
mean,
it
I
holds
do
weight
agree.
in every
I, I,
aspect of
I
life.
want to debate Dwayne right quick. Hold on.
I
I
know
ain't been
you
saying
do.
nothing all season. So I think this is my opinion. This is my perspective. I I,
Yes,
I
sir.
believe that your word
It's your bond.
is the weight. Is the weight. Even in a marriage. Even in a marriage, because prior to your marriage, if you prove that you can stick to your word before marriage, what are you going to do in a marriage? What's stopping? There's no invisible power that you're going to gain like a super saiyan once you get married to be more committed,
what
to
what you
have
not
to
gonna
have more
gain?
power to stick to your word.
What you not gonna gain?
Like
Super what?
you're not going to get super saiyan powers to be more committed if if it wasn't there before. And then we say it doesn't hold any weight when, I mean, there are laws. There are laws that after so many years of living together with a person, whether you're married or not, that they are entitled to certain things.
Right, right.
So I think we gotta be careful there, my brother Dwayne, that
Frank,
we
I'm
don't.
agreeing with you. Can you put up
Yeah, I know.
can
We
you put
ju-
up
we just
Lindsay's
arguing. We just
yeah, I
arguing
know.
for the sake of arguing
Can you
right
put up
now.
Lindsay's comment though? Because her comment expresses my thought.
Sure.
Yeah,
Where
her
is
comment expresses my thought.
okay?
Yeah.
Lindsay
That's
said
all
there
I'm
is
saying.
definitely some difference in boyfriend, girlfriend versus marriage for sure. But that
Mhm.
doesn't excuse the commitment that
Agreed.
comes with both, regardless. It should be the
Agreed.
same. Stand on what you say and agree to.
And I
I
agree to
agree.
that. I agree.
Agree. Mo, you don't agree. See you in the comment section.
She be trying to put her comments down there
Mo
and get
don't
out of there.
agree. All right.
A little piece of me doesn't agree. I do definitely agree with Dwayne. There's a huge difference. While I have joked and said you're single till you're married, but you know how you say there's like no superpower of you changing or leveling up in a different way when you become married? I have to disagree with that. Like I've been in a lot of long-term relationships, but I feel like I've never felt so committed until I got married. Like, of course, when I was in the relationships I was in,
Talk more.
which we weren't engaged, we were dating, I felt like I was giving 100% commitment. But I just realized now, being married, that I wasn't even close to 100% commitment.
Come on and
Because I feel
educate
like-
us.
Because I feel like when you're single, when you're dating, and you're dating, so you're not married or engaged, you have this sense of feeling like I'm happy, we're growing, we're doing things together, but there's always that little piece in the back of your mind that we can break up tomorrow. Or it's always that little piece of, I have to make sure I'm straight. And if you have children, I have to make sure me and my kids are straight because this person is not my husband or this person is not my wife. So you might be fully committed. I mean, giving your all as far as being faithful, telling them where you're at, telling them you're going to get lunch with your gym partner, whatever. But it's always that little piece in the back of your mind of, what if we don't get married? Or what if we, I have to make sure I'm good just in case. And if you live together, which y'all call it shacking up, and you're not married, it's still that feeling of, I'm doing wife things and I'm not a wife.
Hold on, put that comment back up, Frank. Put that one
I didn't
back
get
up.
to read it.
Oh,
So I just feel like there is a difference. I felt like I kicked into another level that I didn't know existed until I became a wife. So when I thought I was giving full commitment and giving my all in a relationship, I wasn't giving 80%. So I do kind of feel like things do change when you get married. So,
I just want Campbell comment to go back up one more time.
I didn't
Just
get
one
to
more
see it.
time. Oh, so read it right now. There it is.
This is why the
My
Bible
God.
doesn't have the word girlfriend. The level of commitment when dating is what to expect in marriage. They go hand in hand. And then I also feel like a lot of women, we are very guilty of playing the wife role as girlfriends.
But TD Jakes told us we supposed to act like a wife before we become a wife.
I don't know. Let me say this.
I'm agreeing with you
right now.
But I'm
Somebody
agreeing
dealing
with
with this
you.
right now. You act like a wife, right? And you dating a man. What he needs to marry you for? He getting all of you. You cooking, you cleaning, you having sex, you
I'm not disagreeing.
No, not you. I'm saying like to women who
Ladies
feel
and
like they should
gentlemen,
act like a wife before being a wife.
Apostle
I don't
Mo.
agree with it. I do feel like you can be 100% committed to a man, and I do feel like, well, it's the best you can until you become a wife. But I feel like when you give a man so much of that, not all men, what's the point of marrying you? That's how men look at it.
Hold on, Mo. This is a Frank. Can we get some elevation music?
Yeah, I don't know if this still I don't know if this still applies to today.
Can we get some elevation music?
Because
deputizing her as a
if
minister in
everybody
the Lord's
subscribe
church.
to that, it's gonna be a whole lot of unmarried people in these parts in the next 5 to 7
it's already
years.
like that. It's already like that.
Frank, I feel like you only feel that way because people don't have proper boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I understand.
See
your point.
what I struggle with with that line of thought is the line of thought that the man's commitment or his level of pursuit has to be husbandly while yours is girlfriendly.
No, I think they both should be girlfriendly and boyfriendly.
But that ain't what they think. That ain't what they think.
Oh my God!
You got a point.
Most
he against she thing.
Trey,
No,
when you right, you right.
He got a point though. He got a point.
When you right, you right.
He do got a point.
It is expected of men to be a husband in so many areas as a boyfriend, but then to say as a girlfriend, I'm not gonna do wifely duties. That's an age-old argument that's always been
But
said.
everybody
Like,
has different views of what's a wifely duty, just like the role gender stuff that we do.
Let's list the stuff. Let's list the stuff you name: cooking,
okay,
cleaning, sex.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
you can have sex until you get married, then you go to unprotected sex. It's levels and everything. She can say, "I'm not going to have unprotected sex
cooking,
until you get married."
Cooking.
Y'all clown me on here before.
Come to my house.
Or I'm not cooking for you every day, Mo.
Yeah, no. I'm only gonna cook for you when you come to my house. I'm not gonna come to your house and cook.
Mm.
I'm gonna
I'm
feel some
clearly
kind of
about
way.
it. I said
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
feel
looking
some
for
kind
no
of
man.
way.
I gotta remember where
feel
y'all
some
from.
kind
Y'all
of
from
It's
Memphis.
different, like Dwayne said.
They're
I'ma
not
feel
even
some
cooking
kind of
it.
Different
way.
boundaries.
They ain't cooking it, B-boy.
So
I'ma
that's
feel some
that's
kind
just
of way.
like saying from a male perspective, we can go on the date, but I'm only gonna pay when I'm the one who wanted to go on the date.
I mean, hey,
Frank,
Frank, we in
we can go on dates,
2022.
but I'm not gonna pay for every date.
Frank, maybe
That's
we in
fair.
2022.
That ain't how it go though.
Different boundaries.
What trap at? That ain't how it go, beloved. That ain't how it be going, beloved.
Yo, Frank, here we go. We're going back to that preference conversation, right? We're going back to the preference. That's your preference. Frank, I feel like this. I don't think a man should have to pay for every date every time they go out.
I don't
right?
either.
Because dating is not one-sided. It's not me just dating you. It's us
Absolutely.
dating each other. And we've created these dysfunctions, in my opinion. We've created these mental dysfunctions that tell people he's dating you. So every time y'all go out, she is like, yo, you got to do it. Well, here's the reality. Watch this. If I got to do, now watch what some men would say. If I got to do all of this and all of this and all of that in the beginning, this is why we've heard on Clubhouse, and I don't agree with this, but this is why we've heard on Clubhouse, Frank, when they say, look, if I'm doing all this, then you just need to shut up.
Look here, cuz. Look here. I'm gonna say this and I'm out. Look, bro. It ain't no way. It ain't no way as a
Ain't
dude.
no way, man.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way as a dude, as a man, that you could not do the things that women view as husband qualities and still be talking to her in 6 months.
I
Bro,
agree
I
with
promise you, that group text will be lit up on the fact that, girl, he ain't did this, he ain't did that, and the other. Man, you know how many of her friends gonna be like, girl, he ain't do this. That ain't the nigga you should be with. This ain't the nigga you should be. Because check this out.
What's husbandly duties? Like what's like you listed
I
out?
feel like
We said
I feel like
wifely
it's gonna
duties.
turn into another show, but I can be quick with it. So what I'm gonna say is that I'm gonna go for money because I can't speak for the other two fellas. Courting, taking care of everything, then being able to let me see what else. If there's anything that you need, let's say you out, you girlfriend now. Let's say you out and your tire explode. You call me before you call your daddy. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm meaning these type of things where everything I'm doing now are things that I'm gonna continue to do when I marry you.
Mo, why you look like that
versus
when he said tire explode and you call
I mean,
him
because
instead
as
of
women, we can get it's so. I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. You know, I'm married now.
as women? What though? Go on, finish your
I
thought.
was gonna say, I mean, it's so many people we can call to say, come change the tire.
But why not call your why not call your man though?
I mean, if I'm committed,
No, I'm saying if this your boyfriend,
yeah, I'm gonna call him. But I'm gonna expect him to come.
Right. So check this out.
Okay. Need to do. I don't think that's husband. I think
this man got
so cooking. Hold up. So cooking is wifely. Cooking for your man is wifely.
I don't
because
he can't.
Hold on, he can't get anybody to cook for him.
That as a wife's trait. I don't.
He can't get anybody to cook for him though.
This is gonna be a part 2, y'all. We're gonna be here to 12:30.
Like
Stay tuned.
He can't pay nobody to meal prep.
I mean, he can, but that's what I'm saying. Like, for
he
me,
can't pay nobody to come clean up. He can't pay nobody to come clean up.
Are you gonna let a woman change your tire?
You gonna let a man cook?
No. Are you gonna let a woman change your tire?
Are you gonna let a man cook? Are you gonna let a man cook?
Yo, some
women can
marriages
change tires. Women can change tires.
But do you expect
women can change tires. Women can put gas in their car. Women can get their oil changed. Women can take the trash out. Women can get the lawn cut.
I do
everything you just called.
So hold up, but you just listed cooking, cleaning,
because that's
sex
what
as wifely.
Maybe not you, but the average man wants their woman to cook. The average man wants their woman to clean. That's what they look at.
No, I kind of want to clean because I'm a little, I'm
just saying,
you just said
the average. We're not talking about the cast because my.
So what is husbandly? You just said that ain't husbandly.
No,
for
what
your
you
man
said
to
was
come
no.
change your
Asia
tire if
asked,
your tire
no.
bust.
Asia asked, what was husbanding? Okay, and Money
No.
said things that I will continue to do once I get married. Correct?
Yeah, and then
That's
you
what he
said
said. That's what he said.
when he said when he
But when
mentioned
you're
the
dating
tire,
somebody,
you
you
said
should
that ain't husbandly.
Money, can I ask you a question, Money?
I'm
Yeah,
just
Because I
saying,
know
like,
you and
a
Frank,
woman
y'all
can do
come from a
everything, and a man
different
still like I'm married. So it can work
lens
for me.
on a lot of stuff. Do y'all
Right,
think
right,
that
right.
y'all traditionalism keeps y'all from some of the nuances of today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Thank you, Money. You and Frank, right? And probably Travis too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
April coming up there. April said, "I want to know from the men
I
what
want to know
they feel
too.
husbandly duties are besides changing a tire."
Well,
I'm
money
glad
was
you
well,
asked
trying.
that.
go
Well,
ahead.
money was
My bad.
attempting to describe, but we was told that coming to change a tire if your tire blow up is not husbandly.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't say
So
it
But
wasn't
cooking,
Oh, no,
but
okay.
husband.
cooking,
That's not what
but
I said.
cooking is
That's not what
wifely.
I said.
Okay, let me ask this question.
Asia,
Let
jump
me
in.
ask this
And let me
question.
shut up before he knocked me off.
Let me
you
let me
pig.
ask this question. Don't Fred, don't Frank. I want to know this because I'm single. I've been single for a very long time. I'm single. So since we talk about husbandly, so what is boyfriendly traits? So I can know the
The
difference.
same thing as husband traits.
No, Money. No.
I'm saying from the guy, what do
Yeah.
guys, what do y'all draw the line at? Y'all ain't doing it until you get married.
This is where I think we draw the line. Watch this, Money. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like this. Hold on, Frank. I know you. Hold on.
Come on,
This
Dwight. What
this
you
is
got?
where you draw the line, Money. You're gonna love this. I believe in the boyfriend trait. You give enough for the woman to see that you could be a husband, right? You can show little things in each category that puts you in a place where she can be like, okay, he can be this. I don't. This is just me. Y'all might rebuke me for this or throw me out of here, right? I don't believe a man should be taking care of her big stuff yet until there is a committed marriage. I think you can talk about what both of you possess. I think you can talk about how money will flow and what will happen if you're headed to that like you get engaged. You can have the conversations, right? I don't believe in the boyfriend state that either one of you should be paying anyone's rent unless it's a emergency, right? I don't believe now unless you just want to do that out the kindness of your heart. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, but this is just my opinion. I don't believe that anybody should be paying big bills of each other unless you just want to do that out the kindness of your heart because you don't belong to each other in a marriage. And
Dwight.
until that marriage happen, go ahead, Money.
So check this out. Even though I'm gonna try to be quick because I know we gotta get out. So look, even though I agree with what you're saying about you shouldn't be obligated to take care of these things, let me tell you how women today's time think.
No, I think it's shifted. I think
Right.
it's how some of the women in Memphis think now.
Right.
Because
No, no,
it's
no.
really
Check this out.
shifted a
So
little
look,
bit.
this where I'm
First
going.
of all,
Nah,
trying to
Dwayne,
understand something.
Dwayne, you gonna
Hold on.
stop doing it. You gonna
This
stop
one,
acting like we local. First of all,
this where I'm
like
going
we
with.
ain't
Where I'm
traveling
going.
the world.
But he dated a Memphis girl.
Now look.
Like
This
He
where
likes
I'm going.
Memphis women.
This where I'm going with it. What I'm saying
Thank
is
you, Clee. I
if
appreciate
I take the logic that Dwayne is saying, which is I can do these things, but show you that this is what I'm capable of until we get married. Check this out. You know what the women gonna say, Dwayne?
what they gonna say, Money?
You doing a bare minimum. This is what they're gonna tell you. You doing a bare minimum. It's gonna
Money,
be like,
would you
okay,
stay with her if
show.
would you
what
stay with her?
Mariah just said, anybody can do that.
No, no, no.
They're gonna feel like
Money.
anybody
Let
can
me
do
ask
it.
you a question. Would you stay with her if she said that to you? Because I would take that as she devaluing who you are as a man because of her own personal preferences again, right? I think Money, you're a solid dude. Frank, a solid dude. Trey, solid dude. I get where y'all coming from a lot of the times, and half the time I agree with y'all. But when I look at the nuances, man, of how we are rolling, when you look at most and forget nuances, let's go back a little bit. Most of the men prior to us that were like in the gospel, like preaching, them jokers was preaching full time, and their wives were like nurses and like other stuff to kind of make sure that the household would stay afloat because they believed in their husband achieving this goal or vice versa. The husband worked this while the woman did this. So for me, I don't get locked into traditionalism because sometimes, in my personal opinion, I feel like traditionalism sometimes speaks to our pride. And I'm just not that prideful as a man to say, like, yo, this don't make me a man because I can't do that. When I hear a woman even say that to me, I'm instantaneously backing up because you don't understand my value and what I bring to the table that's beyond what I can physically do for you. And I'm not saying erase all of the
Absolutely.
physically. Yeah, yeah,
And
So
I
okay,
agree. I agree on the same front for women. Like
yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
I think you can't say a woman isn't wifely because she doesn't do what you feel like she should do as a wife. Like that's unfair. I think all situations are fluid. I personally know several men who at the beginning of their courting of their wives, they were making much less than their wives. But because they had a wife that believed in them and supported them, then they took care of the most of the stuff in the household until he was able to, but that didn't make him less of a man. So I think all situations are fluid. Like even with the cooking and the cleaning. Like as long as it get done, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I don't I just hate how oftentimes what a man does as a boyfriend is looked at as, oh, anybody can do that. But what a woman does is looked at, oh,
y'all say
that's
the
that's
same thing
me, that's
about us.
me being
No, we don't.
wifely.
No, we
Cook,
don't say that.
and meal prep.
No, we don't say that. We do. I agree with
Y'all
Frank.
made.
When a woman does something as a
Get a prostitute.
girlfriend,
Money said
no.
that
When
one
a
time.
woman does something as a girlfriend and it's like it's pierced us, we be like, wow, that's amazing. I can see her as my wife. When y'all do it, if we do the most smallest thing, anybody can do that.
Like what?
That's not true.
Yeah.
Not
Y'all
true.
turn it.
I hear it.
Y'all
I do
turn
hear it though.
y'all was
I do
doing good.
hear
Now
it.
y'all turn to some He-Man woman haters.
No, just cause a man don't agree
But
with a
that's
woman
not
don't
true.
mean he's a
All women
woman
don't
hater.
feel that way. Like
I mean, but we ain't saying women feel that way. We saying men
but you were
feel that
saying
way.
like Money made a comment about women saying that you're doing the bare minimum if you're not doing, like paying bills and all that stuff like that. And I speak for myself, but my dad, I was raised by my mother and my father. My daddy told me like can't no dude do too much for me without him expecting something. So I don't let dudes do major things for me. Even with me, with my in my old age right now, like you can't do too much for me because I feel like you're gonna try to be over here all the time, or what I'm saying, you're gonna feel like a sense of
Are you saying in the initial stage, or do
I'm
you
saying
let
in
them do?
boyfriend girlfriend stage or
Okay.
dating or whatever. Like, no, I don't let a man do too much for me. Now you don't need to pay my bills. All I ask is for in the boyfriend stage for me is just the guy to attention,
Mhm.
getting to know each other, dating, dates, yeah, going out, let's doing things, consistency. And then like you said, if it's an emergency and I need some financial help, then yes, I expect for my
I agree.
boyfriend who I'm in a committed relationship with to be able to say, hey, okay, baby, here you go. I got you.
Or if he
You know
just
what I'm
wants to,
saying?
or if he just wants to, I agree with you. Or
Yeah,
if
or
he
if you just want
wants
to.
to, yeah.
But I don't like it's kind of like y'all saying like all women, like it's the bare minimum. To me, bare minimum is literally like not being consistent. A lot of guys do that. And they don't put effort into things that they do.
Yeah.
Meaning like if we going on a date or something like that, like put some effort into it. Don't just take me, what I'm saying, to, it's my birthday, do something. Don't just give me cash. What I'm saying? Effort. You know what I'm saying? So that's what bare minimum would be to me. But as in a boyfriend stage, I don't expect a man to pay for my bills and stuff like that. My daddy has always taught me to work hard and get it on your own. Don't expect no man to be doing nothing for you, because a man who really wants you gonna be with you. If he sees a need, he's going to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's your man or your boyfriend or your friend, y'all dating, y'all consistent, y'all talking, he gonna know you need some money for your rent next month. And he gonna be like, okay, well, I talked to Clea. I think she needs some help. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna help her. I'm gonna rock with her. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't think that it should be just set out there like women just expect men to just do husband things in the dating phase, because that's not true. Because I don't want you doing too much for me. Because I don't want to be obligated to you. Cause see, I'm a real nice person. I don't feel like I'm using people. So you start doing too much, I'm gonna feel like I gotta have you over here. I gotta cook for you and all that stuff like that. I don't want to do all this. So I don't need you giving me no money. I don't need you doing all this extra stuff for me because I don't need you expecting this and some cooked meals for me. I don't need
What is this?
this.
Oh, I see you. Okay, amen. Amen.
I just got a quick question right quick before we get off. So if a woman that y'all dating are doing what y'all consider to be wifely duties and doing everything that you require in a wife, do you off the bat know that you want to marry that person, or do you just continue to date them until you choose to get married?
It depends on the person. But can I tell you this? I'm different than Frank and Mo. I don't the cooking and cleaning and stuff, I don't really look for that a lot because my mom kind of taught me that. So I kind of like to take that on. I'm gonna tell you what I look for me. For me, I need you to listen to my thoughts without responding, dissect it, and then be able to intelligently talk back to me. What I look for is when I say, yeah, thank you, money. I got an amen tonight. When I say little small stuff, I need you to hear it. Like, and if I'm saying, hey, my head hurt, and I done told you this 3 times this week, I need you to be caring and be like, hey, are you okay? Do we need to go to the hospital? Do we need to take a look at your health? Like that kind of stuff gets me riled because that means you're paying attention to who I am as a person. Or if you know that I'm, just started pastoring, and there's things going on. If I'm saying, hey, like, look, this is what I'm trying to roll out. I want you to be able to say, you know what? I think you should look at this for this because I know you said you was going. That's the kind of stuff. The other stuff, if you can cook, that's great because I do like to eat. I'm not a foodie like Frank. I do like to eat, but that's the kind of stuff that I am looking for. Because if you cut me off all the time when I'm trying to talk, I can't do nothing with you because that means you don't listen. You know what I mean?
So all you need is a little baby who gonna listen. Got it. Listen,
it's Asian eyes up there for me. That's the part that killed me.
Listen, thank y'all for rocking with the Frankly Speaking live show tonight. We'll be back next week for episode 50, which will indeed be the season finale. I'm looking forward to everybody being here. I mean, everybody. I'm looking forward to everybody being in the building. So spread the word. Go back, watch the replay, share the replay with somebody. Again, all of you who are over on Facebook, please, ma'am, please, sir, make sure you go over to YouTube. Go over to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's Frank Ray, RAY, 3 capital I's for the third over there on YouTube. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Again, check me out on the radio Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on FM 104.1 AM 1240. That's WAVN, the trend. You can listen to us wherever you are. All you got to do is have the internet and a mobile device. And you can go to WAVNthetrend.com, hit that play button, and you'll hear whatever is being played on the radio. Listen to all of my guests tonight, to all of the panelists, my crew who is always rocking with me, holding me down. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me tonight. Everybody who commented tonight, everybody who shared, everybody who tagged somebody into the comment section. I appreciate y'all so much. It's a rainy night in Memphis. It's going to rain again tomorrow. I encourage all of you who are in the Memphis area and the surrounding areas that's dealing with inclement weather and things, dangerous storms and such. Be careful out there, my people. I love you. I'm praying for you. And most of all, I want you to win and be successful. Listen, until next week, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. for episode 50. Y'all already know what I do, baby. I'll holler.